Yes, 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 yes. Stay there. That's Yoko in the background, right?
It's Yoko.
It's Yoko. Yo, Yoko.
Kath,
give me some level, please, Catherine.
A boom, 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 boom.
A boom, 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 boom. We're pretty even Stevens. We are live. Big Brother House, you are live. Please don't swear. Hello, John. Hello, Linny. Euroborough, Zero, Zermatt, Roger, Chalfant, Villa, Richard, Lulu.
All the people.
I'm not sending out the reminder this week, and I feel anxious about not doing it. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny, these little things. It's show 180. I'm not going to keep saying it's probably about 352. It's show 180 using the new numbering system. And I'm going to be honest, I am freezing cold.
I'm
like considering getting out the heated gilet.
I think your house is intrinsically cold. Mine,
it's haunted. That's why. It's haunted.
Yeah. It's full of hidey holes and cubbies.
Ghosts like cold cracks. And
so it begins.
Honestly, I went for a little doze today. And I was in bed. I was too cold in bed to doze, so I got up and made some jacket potatoes. And boy, oh boy, you know jacket potatoes.
Did you do it to put them in your pockets like your grandparents used to give to your dad?
You know when jacket potatoes are like the potatoes they were wrinkly. They were so old in my fridge. I didn't care. I didn't care. I ate them. I cooked them. Got a new technique: 7 minutes in the microwave, 15 to 20 minutes in the air fryer. Oh yes.
I don't think that's your technique, but okay.
It's my recipe. Now Roger's mentioning the thing that I tweeted last night that I'd found on Facebook Marketplace, and Catherine and I were laughing because it was a balancer, but that's what it's called. It wasn't meant to be a balancer, and everyone's going, "Oh yeah, no, it's really good. You should try it." So it's like this.
You got balls in.
It's this inflatable suit. You lie on a bed. It's £50 a pop. You go around. I guess you go around to someone's house unless they bring it to you, and you lie in this suit, and it looks like it inflates, and it's good for your lymph nodes. I don't really know what lymph nodes are.
They need draining.
Okay. I remember when Mum had breast cancer, she would have got it in her lymph nodes as well. Is that right? Is it?
Well, yeah. You don't want it in your lymph nodes.
You don't want it in your lymph nodes. But this balancing, apparently is good for clearing your lymph nodes. I'm tempted. But, it's 50 quid and I've been haggling with someone on eBay to buy a modded Nintendo Wii with 200 games on it.
Okay. Why do we need this one?
Because this will be good for... Now, here's the thing. So I saw a Nintendo Wii. Right? You can buy a Wii for 20 quid. But this one's modded. So it's full of GameCube and Wii games already, right? It was 80 quid. I went in at 60. He said no. I went in at 65. He said 78. I said 70. No, deal off. And I'll tell you why, Catherine, because I'm about to start a new chapter in broadcasting. What the world needs now, more than anything, is an old white dude talking about pop culture and gaming, right? Talking to other old white dudes about popular culture and gaming. Well, I'm going to fill that gap in the market. Iain Lee's A Random Access Memories, recording the first 2 episodes next week. And so I could legitimately justify spending 80 quid plus £10 postage on this preloaded Wii and submit that to my accountant. Harsh will be in soon and he'll go, "Yup."
You're getting this, Yoko.
She is doing a comic aside. I thought she was talking to a child. No, she's actually doing a comic aside.
I was talking to Yoko and she can't quite believe her ears.
Clear your throat. That's it. Thank you. It's a little bit
I had some chocolate before I came on. I'm sorry. I promise
clarty.
it's not phlegma.
So that is what I am looking at, because it will be really useful to play games, because I've got Spectrum, Commodore and BBC emulators. I've also got... I've also been bidding on a Spectrum Plus 2. Listen, I'm not taking drugs anymore, all right?
Can't afford them. You spend them all on shit.
So here's the letter from my neurologist. May I read it?
Well, I don't think we've got any doctors.
Oh, you were about to. Were you joking? No, you can't read it because you might have a brain tumour. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I'm just saying I don't think we've got any doctors in the house to offer you any opinions on what you're about to read.
I haven't got the right glasses on. Mr. Lee tells me he started. This is real, right? He started having blurring of vision in June 2022. This was associated with headaches. He does not have diplopia.
Have you Googled that? I
daren't. Because if I saw it, I'd want it.
Let me look it up. If it's good, I'll tell you.
I've not got diplopia. Shut up, Lulu. Yes, I've got a brain. How rude. This is letting you into the secret world of my medical nightmares.
It causes people to see two of the same image, whether horizontal, vertical, or diagonal.
All right, Catherine. Could you tell Catherine to be quiet, please? It's not bad.
Can you see two of those?
I see 4. This was he was still able to do daily tasks such as reading and driving. I kept saying, I can drive. Hello, Pats. I can drive. Please don't make me get the bus home. He had visual hallucinations, but this was only during his migraine attack. There is no limb weakness or numbness. He does not have alopecia, rash, or joint pains. Well, I did actually, but I didn't mention it.
What?
My right arm is really painful to move and has been for a while, but I felt silly mentioning it. Anyway, Mr. Lee gives a history of cocaine use. On examination, now this is where I'm going to need your help, guys, to let me know what's going on. Roger, I know you have issues. Maybe you might have picked up some of the language.
What?
Sorry?
What? Because he goes to the doctors a bit. You think suddenly he's somehow a neurologist?
You're saying Roger's not capable of understanding. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying your assumption is a weird one.
He will have seen doctors. He might have picked something up, like diplopia. So this is where I need your help, guys. So listen, pay attention. On examination, the cranial nerves are intact and there is no visual field defect. That was because she kept doing the peripheral. I got great peripheral. Extraocular movements are normal. He has no neurological deficit. His MRI from Practice Plus Group, that's a private company. His MRI has been reported as showing left, and here's where it gets serious, right? His MRI has been reported as showing left occipital lobe lesions. That's OCCIPITAL, lobe lesions that are likely, here we go, vascular in nature. This measures, and she said this sounds huge to me. 12 by 6 millimeters and 5 by 3 millimeters. That sounds huge. 12 millimeters is over a centimetre.
Just over.
Well, what do you mean just over? It's over. It's a centimetre and a fifth. There are also a few smaller loci of abnormal, like Loki. I wonder where it comes from. There are also a few smaller foci,
Oh my God.
Of abnormal signal in the frontal white matter. She's talking about the brain here, before everyone starts getting mucky. I will retrieve these images and discuss them in our Neurodiology MDT. That's like Neurologist Club. I've also requested a repeat MRI brain as well as a vasculitis screen today. I will see him back in 4 months' time. Thank you. Yours sincerely. P.S. Don't tell him I think he's dying. Now, is that okay?
I would suggest that if she's not going to see you for 4 months, she isn't particularly worried.
Or she's busy striking.
She's not worried.
Well, no, she's not worried, so she's striking. Do you know what I mean? If I died because Cateford says 4 months, they don't think you're dying. If Roger, here we go. Roger's in the chat now.
Dr. Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Let's see what Roger says. Hardly ever see a doctor now. Haven't been called in the hospital about my eyes in years. Pretty sure the consultant I used to see is long dead. Okay, well so Roger's got a curse on him. That means his doctors die.
How come he's so sure that the doctor's dead? Where were you on the night in question, Roger?
So I'm not that worried about it now. We move on to the second piece of paper. So I'm going to get a will drawn up, right? And I'm really annoyed because when I went into the solicitors, I knew the phrase was, can I get a will drawn up? And I practiced it. Can I get a will drawn up? Can I get a will drawn up? And I went and I said...
Did you ask for a willy?
No.
Could have been worse then.
I said, yeah, can I get a will made? And I was thinking, right. So anyway, so they gave me this form to fill in, right? They said, fill it in, and then we're booked in. I'm booked in next Friday to go and do it. So I'm looking at the form, personal details, okay, executors, funeral wishes. Oh, yes, man. Guardians, gifts of your possessions, gifts of cat. Oh, look at you salivating, Catherine. You ain't getting a penny out of this.
I'm not salivating. I'm just waiting for the bit about the haunted house.
That is good. Well, this is what. Okay, before we get to the thing, how much can you take the piss when you're doing it? Because I genuinely will sit in there and say, right, two things I want to say, right? And I want to know, Roger, you'll have been involved with lawyers, right? I'm picking on Roger tonight.
Why? Because Roger hangs out with all the professionals. So
Roger, you've been involved with lawyers, doctors, lawyers. What was it?
All the finest people.
All the finest people, right? Am I okay to sit in there and do these? So I'm going to give the money here. I want to give the kids this, and the house goes there, and everything goes to the cats, basically. Now, the two things I want to do is I've got a tombola. And David Turners has asked if I can leave it to his kids. So can I say, I think you can say, and the tombola to Harry and Charlie Turners. I think you can do that, right? You can be that specific.
What if by the time you die, Harry and Charlie Turners are, I don't know, successful oil magnates living in Kansas?
They're gonna have a tombola on their desk. So I want to do that, and I also do want to do the thing of saying, for the people to collect my goods, my worldly goods, yeah, you can do it in the gifts of your possession. Thank you. Right, I'm doing that. In that case, I'm drawing up a list. I'm drawing up a list of tats. Lulu says, yes, you can leave silly stuff. It's important to do just that. Oh, boy. Mods, you're all going to be so pissed off with me when I die.
I think my mum, when we were little, my mum and dad had, do you remember the Royal Dalton balloon seller? It's hideous. It was very popular at one point. It's like an old lady with a green skirt on and a black...
Well, don't be rude about her.
It's horrible. And a black, I can be as rude as I want, and a black sort of headscarf and with loads of balloons. Boop, 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 boop. She's made out of Royal Dalton, all shiny and old-fashioned. And my sister knocked her head off. It got glued back on, and now in the will, apparently my parents have put in, if my sister wants to inherit anything, she has to take the balloon woman, and it has to be prominently displayed.
Yes. Years ago, I bought Frank Sidebottom was doing these things called a sidey. There's a little 12-inch Frank Sidebottom, right? But they weren't quite plaster of Paris, but they weren't very strong. And I had one and it broke, and I glued it and then I chucked it. And I wish I kept it. But because they kept breaking in the post, he made some out of concrete, and they cost like an absolute fort. You'd have these postmen go, bloody hell. Anyway, I would like it to be that whoever wins my will has to stay in a haunted house and I want to do that. And I want to know, can I sit in the solicitors and say that? Now, here's the other thing.
You're not going to make a film like they do in the films?
Oh, no, I'm definitely going to do one of those. Do you know, I did one of those at college.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was flicking through this. I thought I'll fill this in for next Friday. And then on the back, it's got the cost of your will depends on the complexity of the document and time taken to complete it. Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah, of course. Then this solicitor wants to charge me £425. No. I always thought a will was like about 100.
That would be coming out of my winnings, wouldn't it? I mean, my inheritance.
You ain't getting F all. So it's for a single will. Exactly. Yikes, visionary. I'm so glad I read this.
Can you not just write one?
Well, you can, but I do want to get it done properly, right? I thought they were like 90 quid or something. 425. I'm so glad I read that before I went in there, did the will, got the cost, and paid it, and then phoned you up afterwards. Went, oh my God, you won't believe how expensive it was, because I couldn't have said it in the room. So everyone's saying, have a look at Farewell online. It's all proper and much cheaper. Dave's, mine was free, just paid a one-off storage fee. You ain't got nothing, Dave. I got loads of stuff. That's why yours was free. They went, oh, I feel sorry for the poor bastard. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, what? Don't tell you what. No, it's on us.
That's so rude.
It is rude. Visionary says, do it online, get witnesses. It's got to be. I like the idea of sitting in an office.
He wants papyrus and a scroll.
I want to go in and do it. I do not want to pay. So I've gone on a local Facebook page saying, can anyone recommend solicitors? And then this is a bit sneaky. Then someone's DM'd me on Facebook. Yeah, we can do it. Just get in touch with us. Interesting. You don't put the cost in the DM. You don't put the cost. So I honestly, I could not believe that, 425 quid. So glad I saw it. I'm going to phone them up tomorrow and cancel it. I'll say that I'm busy and I need to postpone it. Would you like to book in another date now? Oh, no, I'll get in touch when I'm free.
Tell them you've died.
Ooh, it's too late. I'm dead. So, yeah. So that's my brain tumour and my will.
Okay.
How are you doing?
About something more depressing. We went to see Ruby Wax last week.
Oh my God, no! She's not joking, guys. Catherine, this was my birthday present to Catherine. Was a lovely night out of the theatre to see the wild. I know I shouldn't have. The wild, outrageous, wonderful national treasure that is Ruby Wax. Catherine, over to you.
Imagine, if you will, a solitary spotlight in the middle of the stage shining upon, I'm going to say, a Ronnie Corbett chair. You know what I'm talking about, one of those.
Very quickly,
ones.
can I just interrupt? Because my sister's just come in and said, what happened with the brain tumour? I've only just tuned in. So I feel I ought to, I don't really know. They're going to see me again in 4 months. I just read out the letter. I have the occipital lobe lesions that are likely vascular in nature. This measures 12 by 6 millimetres and 5 by 3 millimetres. So they've asked me to go back in 4 months and have another scan. So it can't be that serious. And
Roger in the chat is not overly bothered. So
and the solicitor in Risborough wanted to charge me £425 for a will. Back to Catherine and Ruby Wax.
Okay, Ronnie Corbett chair. Boom, spotlight. She enters the shadowy stage. You can tell it's Ruby Wax. It's that hair.
Well, when the light went on, I didn't recognise her. I thought
her face didn't look very much like Ruby Wax, but the hair is very much the same.
I thought it was like a double, and they were going to do a funny thing of her coming on going, hey, you're not me, get off. I thought it was going to be that, but it was her.
It was her in pyjamas. Zzz, zzz. Then she said, I am having my first round of ECT or something. Anyway, it was basically an account done through the medium of, I'm not going to say dance, but it definitely wasn't normal acting. And of her experience during lockdown of having a mental health crisis.
Now, I knew it was going to be that because she's retrained and she writes, but I know it was going to be that, but I don't know. Call me naive. I thought it would be at least vaguely entertaining. I was hoping for it to be funny. And it was really short as well. It was 2 halves of about 45 minutes each.
I'm not complaining about that.
No. And
she used the desk and chair as props.
It was dull.
Used the table as a bed at one point.
And there were like 5 laughs in it, 5 jokes that actually weren't that funny, but the audience was so desperate to. She made a joke about the cervix, because the audience was so desperate to get a laugh out of this evening. And then the second half, she talks about going swimming with whales. And she's talking about it. I said to Catherine, if she does the swimming miming, we're getting up and we're going. And straight away she went, oh, and then you got to go back. We didn't get up because we were in the middle of the row, but I was so tempted.
And I said, no, give her a break. If she gets on the table and starts doing the front crawl, then we're going.
That would have been it. I love Ruby Wax. Joe and I went to see one of her TV shows when she had Eddie Izzard on. I interviewed her. She was delightful and wonderful, and she's a strong force in talking about mental health and talk, encouraging women to talk about mental health. But fuck me, it was shit. Excuse the language. That's the last swear from me tonight. It was awful. Then we're looking at it online. Telegraph, 4 stars. Guardian, 5 stars. A brutally honest account. Yeah, it was. If a sixth form drama student had presented that at their end of term performance, I would, because they were sixth form, I would have been generous and given it 72%, because they're like a 17-year-old. She's a woman in her 60s, 45%. That's an F. That's an F.
I was reticent to slam it completely. And I said to Iain, well, be fair, she did remember all the words.
She didn't. She didn't remember all the words. There were about 5 times when she stammered or she froze. There was one bit she went, I've told you about my husband. She didn't remember the words. 60 quid that cost me.
Wow.
And 8 quid for the wine. And then we thought, okay, well, but first of all, you were being quite, because straight away I went, this is crap. It was one of those lovely moments when the interval started. I thought, God, I really hope Catherine isn't enjoying this. Are you finding this a bit crap? But you were quite soft on it. And then the further away you got from the actual experience, to the point where the next day you phoned me out and went, no, that was actually awful.
I think I used the word shite.
You did.
It's because I'm very reticent to slam someone who's made something. If she's created something,
well,
she's also made a lot of money out of me sitting there going,
It was, Nellie's here, we can start. Unbelievable. It was awful. And then to cap it off, there's a nice little restaurant over the road opposite, and we thought, right, well, we'll go in there, we'll have some nice food and the food was rubbish. But the portions were tiny, your burger was cold, and it was, I just thought, this is an awful, we're going to give that place one more chance to see if it was an off, but the fact the portions were tiny makes me think they've had a little rethink about their food policy there. All in all, good evening, Daleth. It was a very poor evening. Wasn't it? There was nothing.
I just like to be out.
Sometimes I prefer to be in. It was sold out. I've been to shows at that. And, the other show I could have bought tickets for was The Carpenter's Story. I think the problem with The Carpenter's Story is a lot of the shows there, this is the theatre in Aylesbury, they sell really, really badly. I mean, there was a Neil Diamond tribute, and it had they'd sold 80 seats. And what does that hold? What would you say, 800, 1,000 maybe? It's a big old theatre. And it had sold out for Ruby Wax. And Kate says, you should have stayed at home and just talked to us. It would have been more fun. And this is fun. It was lousy.
But I still had fun. It was funny.
Do you want to give me half the money? But we have got some. We have got some good things booked up. We're going to go and see Manfred. Well, we're going to go and see. It's called something like the Men's from Manfred or something, because Manfred Mann is not in the Manfred Mann band anymore. So we're going to go and see them. That'll be good. We're going to go and see the Analogues, who are a Beatles. They're not a tribute act. They recreate. You didn't see them before, did you? It was Joe that I went
away.
with.
Yeah,
because I've emailed Judd, who's getting us tickets. Judd Lander, who played. Who knows? Dave, you can't answer. Judd Lander, kind of a jack of all trades, famous for he created one of the most famous harmonica sounds, riffs in the world. You know this, Catherine, right?
I do, but I've forgotten.
He created one of Dave, you can't answer. Oh, Dave's going to be at the Manfreds as well. We'll see you there. One of the most famous harmonica riffs in the world. He plays it. Have a little guess in the thing. Anyway, he got the tickets for me and Joe, and I should have asked for 3 tickets, Joe. I'm really sorry. I was chancing my arm with 2. Anyway, he's got his tickets. So the Analogues, they're not a tribute band. They recreate. Oh, this is it. You didn't see them last time, did you? It was a joke. They recreate to the note. They are note, tone, sound, microphone perfect. They recreate the Beatles. You're listening. They don't do the wigs and the moustaches. Everything is perfect. And Joe and I were lucky enough to see their front row seats, to see them play Abbey Road, the entire Abbey Road, at Abbey Road. Wow. You're going to be blown away by them, Catherine. I think they're doing the Red and Blue albums, I think. We've got, is it Love Me Do? No. Is it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? No. Is it Last of the Summer Wine, Alan? No. Robert says, is it Karma Chameleon? Yes. He plays... He plays the harmonica in Karma Chameleon. He's he's such a lovely bloke. This old Scouse bloke, a right chancer. And he's brilliant. So we've got that. Why do I feel there's something else I've got booked in? I'm going to Bristol this weekend. So you might see the lads. See Connor and Simon the geezers.
Lock up your grandparents?
Well, you think we're going to mug old people?
No.
Oh, you think we are old people and we're going to have sex with other old people? Is that what you mean? Whatever message you're trying to convey is unpleasant. It's unpleasant, yeah.
That's totally what I meant.
Okay, well, why are you trying to ruin my fun? I've bought Black Samurai on DVD to watch.
Okay.
So we're going to have a...
When are you going to watch that? On your own?
With the lads.
Okay, good, yeah. You enjoy
Clem's
that.
here. Oh, yeah, we're going to go and see Nothing Is Real, the Beatles podcast in November.
That's what we're going to see. Yeah.
We're going to see that. So Saturday I'm having lunch with one of my children's ex-teacher, still a teacher, but not his teacher anymore. He's left school. We're just going to go out for a pizza, which means I can't go to the Oxford gaming market, which is probably a good thing. Then I'm driving to Bristol. I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to take my PJs, spend the night at Collins. And we're going to do lad stuff the next day, which will be going for a walk and playing guitars, is what we'll be doing. So I've got some life. I've got things booked in. I'm taking, my boys get 2 weeks half term. You're going to hear a Pradeep. I was reading out a Time Out magazine. I was on fire. And I got to interview the brilliant Paul Foot, who I absolutely love. He's hilarious. I'm going to get some tickets to go and see him, Catherine, because I just think he's brilliant. And so that was fun. It's been a busy old week, though. It's been a busy week, very tired. You know, client work going great. ADHD course is going great. And that's all I have to report. How about you?
Parents' evening on Monday. The first one.
Okay.
A sort of preemptive strike. So, because they've only just started. So I met all my journalism students' parents, and they are delightful. It's no coincidence they've got nice kids. They all seem happy, and apparently all the kids are happy in the class and everything, and haven't ratted me out for not being a proper teacher. And what else have I done? Just been really busy. Being a teacher. And it's weird to say that. They're all learning, and they're all, not only are they learning, they are all working really hard and doing extra bits and borrowing books and asking for more inspiration. And I can't give them enough to do at this point. They're great.
Roger, you know about teachers and stuff. Any suggestions on what Kath can give them to do? Roger's our go-to professional man tonight. I've always thought of him as very professional. Happy Shark says Paul Foot's at the Milton Keynes Stables next year. Yeah, he's doing a tour now. I honestly, I think he's so funny, and we bump into each other about every 8 years. We did a show together called FAQU, FAQU on Channel 4, Imagine, and I interviewed him on Absolute. I think he's really very gentle, very soft. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, we'll go and see him. I think you'll like him a lot.
Speaking of brilliance, Marina Abramovich is back. Have you seen that she's going to be doing an exhibition at the Royal Academy where you have to walk between two naked people?
No, sir. Well, can we book tickets for it now? Because I love her.
Let's have a look.
What was that? Did I ever watch that documentary about her? Yeah, I did. I did because the confrontation between her ex-partner was staged.
Of course it was.
Well, no, of course it was. I didn't know. I like to believe the best in people.
But
they were hanging out for like the week before.
Of course they were.
I can do that. Me
There's
playing
little highlights, haven't there, for you?
I can do that stuff. She's a performance artist, right? She's brilliant. I've done that stuff. I played a radio in a bookshop. I can do that stuff. It's easy. Do you know what? I'm going to stand with one foot in a bucket of piss and the other one in a bucket of milk while I play video games. It's,
She did another one, didn't she, where people were allowed to hit her with things?
No.
Yeah, it was like,
No.
Was that not her?
Not hit her with things, Catherine, no.
What was it then? Tickle her with anything? Touch her with things? They would definitely have to make contact using things.
Can you tell me if we need to book tickets? Because I want to go and see that.
I'm looking now. I am Googling.
Lulu, that is the one who had people facing her at the table, yes.
Yes.
There was a naked person tried to face her at the table and they got pulled off. Come on. It was a woman, I think. So she couldn't.
Apparently she's done this before. It's on the BBC website. Here we go. Let me tell you about it.
This is it. This is the arts. So you've had the health. Now it's the arts section of the show.
This is courtesy of Stephen McIntosh, the BBC's entertainment reporter. Visitors to a new Royal Academy exhibition. Day squeeze between two naked... Oh, hang on a minute. This is the funny version of it.
Why? Hang on. Why is this really, really familiar to me about having to squeeze between two people?
Because she's done it before and it was her and her ex-partner ages ago.
All right. Okay.
And now it's two actors, I think.
Here's what I don't... I've seen footage of this. I don't repeat ideas.
You don't know.
I do know. I don't. That's a good sentence, isn't it?
Say again?
Well, go on, you say your bit.
I can't remember what I said.
You said you don't know.
You don't know.
I do know. I don't.
Okay.
It's working on so many levels.
Visitors to a new Royal Academy exhibition must squeeze between two nude models to enter it. The unusual installation is part of a career retrospective of Serbian performance artist Marina Abramovic. There is a separate entrance for those who are uncomfortable squeezing. Through the nude
There's
performers.
a separate entrance. Is that the back door? So it's a retrospective of work. So basically, this is a tiny part of it. This is a tiny part of what we're actually going to get.
There is a separate entrance. The exhibition has otherwise received mixed reviews from critics. The Guardian called it vital, but the Times said it was remorseless.
Is it on now?
Yeah.
Where?
Entering the Royal Academy.
Till when?
Hold your horses and get I'm just doing it at my pace.
I want to go and see this.
The exhibition, entering between the two naked performers forces those with tickets into a confrontation between nakedness and gender, the sexuality, the desire, the Royal Academy's head of exhibitions, Andrea Tarsia, had said. The unusual piece was first staged in 1977 by Abramovic and her then German partner, Ule.
Would have been a lot hairier back then.
Yeah, definitely. It was them too in that time. The pair stood close together in the doorway, compelling visitors to pass between them. Oh, and you have to choose whose bum and whose private she's squeezed against.
Okay.
The Telegraph critic Alistair Sook said he was too preoccupied with not stamping on their toes to be able to sense whether there was a frisson as he passed during the new installation in London. You don't have to go through the naked gates. There's a bypass, but it's cheating, added the Times' Laura Freeman. I squeezed through, sucking in my stomach and trying not to tread on anyone's toes or brush against anything. The retrospective takes in Abramovic's half-century career, first female artist to have a solo exhibition at the Royal Academy's principal galleries in its 255-year history.
There's a great documentary about her. I can't remember what it's called. Go and find it. It's wild.
Yeah.
Kate says, I wouldn't like to be a wheelchair user passing through. Totally wrong height. Yeah. You're right
oh, my God. Yeah. So
when does it finish?
I'm looking. I'm panning
down.
Because
I love stuff like this.
Nude with skeleton is among the featured works in the retrospective.
Okay.
So a naked person with a skeleton lying on top of them.
Question that I asked.
Wait.
If I wait much longer, it'll be over.
It doesn't say. Let me look up the Royal Academy. Carry on talking and I'll find it.
This is the arts section, although it could be the arse section, the way this is going. Dave says go and see the Macca exhibition. We went and saw it, except we got there 5 minutes too late to be let in. I said, but we can rush. She went, no, not letting you in.
So don't.
Graham says, what if you turned up naked yourself?
Tuesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 9. Okay. 23rd of September to the 1st of January. We've got plenty of time.
Okay, well, then we'll leave it till next year. There we go. Clem says, sorry to bum out the vibe. Oh, God, the whole first 35. Oh, we only haven't done 35. The first 30 minutes was bummed out. I finally got my ADHD diagnosis, age 51, waiting on my cardiologist for my medication. Go ahead. Anybody else experienced a post-diagnosis come down? You are not alone, Clem. As you may know, I'm running my second ADHD course, and I naively went into the first one thinking everyone, when they got their diagnosis, would be phoning up their friends and singing to them as I was. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. There are people that were relieved, that were elated. There are also people that were really, really depressed by it and really angry with themselves, really angry that it hadn't been recognized before, depressed that they had a thing. So there is no right or wrong reaction to it, Clem. I'm assuming that one of the main medication for ADHD is basically amphetamine, which is why I imagine Clem is going to the cardiologist, I assume, to check that blood pressure and everything is okay, because obviously it increases that. It's whatever you're going through is whatever you're going through. And I hope, and I have my fingers crossed, Clem, that this is actually the beginning of discovery, of things getting easier. And possibly, and I hope I'm not overstepping my line here, hopefully the start of you being able to look back at stuff in your past and being able to forgive yourself. There we go. We've had health. No, I won't tell you that. We've had health. We've had arts. We've had theatre. And this is... What a show. Imagine if we had a show on the radio.
That would never happen.
Captain Jack's map is back on Jack FM, you'll be pleased to hear, which prompted Lonely God Dave. If you go to the Discord, I think some are in the mod chat, but it's quite often we'll put phone-in topics in there. And mine was, who are the worst people? And the worst people are sports parents. And people that sit, one person that sits at a table for four in a Costa having a Zoom meeting without headphones. And Dave, I think it was Dave. Was it you who suggested what's your favourite map, or was that Mr. Bodell? It might have been Mr. Bodell. What's your favourite map after Captain Jack's map? But it had 1 like on the Jack FM Instagram.
Gosh.
Yeah, from a bloke called Steve Sims, who runs Jack FM. I'm not knocking him in any way, but I'm saying it's the guy that did the competition.
Yeah. He clearly likes it.
It was such hard work doing that thing because no one would get in touch. No one had bothered printing out the map to mark it off. It was an absolute car crash.
Still, big prizes.
It was Bodell who came up with that. There was another topic. Let me have a look in the Discord. I won't be able to find it. I'll be all over the place. Good evening, Iain. But yeah, do harder than the sticker swap. Oh God, the Panini stickers. No one phoned in. No one got in touch apart from one kid. God bless him. One child was the only person. No one did. And it ended up, Will had this big pile of stickers on his desk. Chucked them all away.
Oh.
Chucked them all away. Oh my God, that place. I'm so glad I'm out of it. This is a very chilled, my eyes are going to wobble again. This is a very chilled Thursday evening show. Tomorrow, El Dorado, of course. Going to have some more of that. You don't disguise it very well, Catherine, when you're yawning. Just do it.
I've been getting up at 5 o'clock.
Well,
5 a.m.
I'm not criticising you for yawning. I'm criticising you for trying to hide don't stifle. Come on, stifler. Iain says, today I received my contract of employment from Capitus. From the 9th of October, I'll be fixing computers. Delighted. Quiet Bloke says, have we done the technology section yet? Yeah, this was me trying to... Sorry?
The fixing of computers was mentioned at the end.
It was me talking about possibly buying a Spectrum Plus 2, and we preloaded with games. And this Saturday I cannot go to the Oxford computer market because I'm having lunch. Someone, my eyes are all over the place tonight. So yeah, we've done that. We've done news. We've done views. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm going to open up the Zoom.
Go on then. Let's have a look and see what's in there.
Iain says, I'm looking for a C64 emulator. Get the C64 Maxi or the Mini. I have got a C64 emulator, but I don't really know. I wouldn't know how to share it with anybody. So here you go, guys. If anyone wants to come and join us, have something to say. Well, you don't actually have something. I forgot it's you lot. I'm sorry. Apologies. You guys can come and do whatever. For a second, I thought it was a public show. You know, sometimes you get public show, people come on and it's like, okay. You guys can come on whether you have something to say or whether you don't. And we should just say thank you as well, by the way. You are our patrons. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this back, or if you're listening to this podcast and it's towards the end of 2023 and it's not like 2026, then you have paid for this. And we are eternally grateful for your continued support. There is there's a tier. I've tidied up the tiers because our Patreon was a mess. All I'll say is the £35 tier, you get a phone call from me or Catherine every single month. You get to choose who as well. We'll 141 our numbers. We're not stupid. We ain't dumb. But you lot, thank you. We appreciate your support. It's always lovely to have you here. Dave Dogface and I like to talk about comedies on Radio 4 Extra, and he said a new one. I heard it today. Deborah Stevenson and Dave Lamb, a couple who clearly fancy each other, living together sitcom. 2000, I think it was 2003, if I have my stats right. Yes, it was 2003, and it had Brendan Burns as PJ, the postman. Oh my God, it is so awful, and I love all of that stuff, those awful sitcoms from Radio 4. There was one starring Paula Wilcox, the wonderful Paula Wilcox, who I saw as Shirley Valentine at the Windsor Theatre. And it was her and her husband. It was just awful, awful. There was a hole in the wall. He was going to fix it. He went to the pub with his friend, the neighbour, and he came back. I love that stuff. It's wallpaper for the years. It's great. You all right, Catherine?
Yeah, sounds bloody awful.
Oh, it is. Absolute crap, but I love it. I love falling asleep to it. I love having it on in the car. I love it when I'm working on the computer, not when I'm working with a client. I tried it. It was the earphone kept falling out. Hello, Pats. I've been keeping the cats in a little bit more. I've been locking the door earlier, and if I'm out, I'll lock the door because I just, still not quite recovered from George. I won't ever recover from George. Curses on Jimbo, who posted a picture of like a 6-week-old kitten in the chat saying, "This is Zimba. Anyone want him? Don't test me like that." So but yeah, I've been a little bit more protective about the cats recently.
It's been too wet for my cats to go out recently, and also I've been keeping them in while I go out. I don't let them come and go. So it's been all change around here as well.
Yesterday, Pat's stayed in. The three black and whites, as I'm calling them now, Lux, Mux, and Biggers. They came in. Mux comes in and she's like Punky Brewster. It was honestly, it was ridiculous. The sitcom with Wendy Craig from the 60s is awful. Yes, it is. Della says off topic, but my cousin has been to her first AA meeting. Yes. That's excellent news. That's them about to start to press refresh on their life and start again. I'm trying to think what it's just been. It's just been a very busy week, busier than I would like. There was a parents' thing at my youngest school, and I deliberately, there was like a drinks at the start. It was basically to go and meet his new teacher. And there was drinks at the start, so I I couldn't make it, but then a client cancelled, so I could have made it, but I swerved that. And then when I got there, it's this hallway with all the classes and just parents talking to each other. Oh, God, this is my worst thing. So I just got my phone. I should have taken my Kindle, actually. But I just had my phone out and was looking on my phone and was texting. I think it was texting David Turners or Scott or someone saying, I just need to be texting someone. And it was great. Meeting this teacher was great. Really, really nice guy. And I'm really, really glad I went. Just that. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. 5 years ago, I would have been in that position and I would have hated myself for not talking to anyone. This time, I felt so uncomfortable in that position, but I didn't mind that I wasn't talking to anyone. I didn't think, oh my God, I've got to act normal and talk to people. No, I didn't want to. I felt uncomfortable there being all these people around. I didn't want to go up to someone and go, oh, whose child is yours? I did it with a guy coming in, and it was okay. He started, it was okay. I didn't want to do, which child is, yes, no, they're friends with, yeah. Didn't want to do it. Felt really uncomfortable, clenched the whole time. Got in my car and went, that went as well as I could have hoped it would have went. Didn't hate myself for not being normal, which in the past I have done a lot. That felt like huge progress to me. That was great.
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah.
Self-acceptance and understanding yourself better.
Clem, just throwing that out there to you. Self-acceptance and understanding myself a bit better. That gift can be yours. Yeah, no one's joined. Oh, hang on.
Who's this?
How long has Caterfer been there?
I've only just noticed that.
I think. There we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that lighting.
Oh, moody.
It's like Abba Voyage, isn't it? Still connecting to this. Muted. Muted.
Oh, wait.
Unmuted.
I'm muted now.
Very quiet, I'm going to say.
Oh.
But
Hello?
There we go.
I'll just shout into the microphone.
Yeah. When microphone level is, well, try it. When the microphone level is low, shouting doesn't make any difference, will it? Well, let's try it. Right. So you can hear me, but it's quiet, right? If I do it like that, is it any louder?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's
So voices are greater than microphones. Voice is greater than microphone. Is that what you're telling me?
Shouting works, is what I'm telling you.
Shouting works. Caterfer, it's lovely to see you.
I don't know why I've got this weird...
Do you need to give your lens a wipe? Is it lens wiping?
It's probably because I probably tried cleaning it and I think I've just...
smears.
And it smears. Probably made it worse. Who cares?
Who cares? No one cares. You think although this is perhaps the most professional show we've ever done, Catherine.
Yes, I mean, yes, it would be difficult though, would it?
You've got two very tired people whose ages, if you add them up, add up close to 100, doing very low key. Why are you shaking your head, Catherine? You know that's true.
I'm in my late.
I'm doing I'm doing most of the lifting with
20s.
That number, but
yeah, you are.
but you are 46 now officially, right?
Mm. I mean, that's what the birth certificate says, but
probably much older. Caterfer, it's nice to see you. How have you been?
It's been busy. It's a busy week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a busy week for everyone. In the chat, can you just type, yes, busy.
Busy, not busy.
Busy, not busy. If you could just do that. I wonder if it's something, if we were that way inclined, we might go, well, it's because of the moon is
something up, like you're
something in retrograde or something.
Mercury or something.
Let's have a look. Iain, yes, busy. Mardister, busy. John says noi busy. I don't know what that means. Sofa Bum, yes, busy. Yes, busy Dave. Not busy Richard, COVID. Yes, busy Delith. Being busy with websites. Okay, Iain, you've had one busy. You can't have two busies. Zerma, not busy. Glitter Kitty, definitely busier than usual. Please keep the answers to busy, not busy. Busy, Christopher. Busy-ish, quiet bloke. Yes, busy, twisty. Faith, sorry. Normal, says Alan.
Normal.
Alan. You didn't need to say anything. Very busy, it's dark and I can't see my keys, says John. Okay. Busy, says Visionary, not busy. So hopefully you are adding all those up, Catherine. So what do those stats tell us?
Proper busy.
Okay. Leicester Square, proper busy. There's one for the kids. I'm going to be quiet, Catherine. I'm going to let you talk for the next few minutes.
So when you say busy, Kate, a good busy or bad busy? And I'm throwing that open to the chat as well.
Good busy, bad busy.
I guess it's good busy. So we go on holiday on Sunday.
Anywhere nice?
Holland. What a silly question. No, I'm going to a shithole.
No, I'm going, yes.
Might be
terrible.
Might be.
Yeah, I could begin to I'm not going to say anywhere because people take offense. But yeah, we're going to Holland cycling.
Ooh.
Oh, you like your bikes, don't you? Yeah.
We do. So we go there on Sunday. We've got to leave at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So if I work backwards, then it's my best friend's 40th birthday on Saturday night. And I've got to make a cake for that. Well, I haven't got to. Her other half has asked me if I will make her a cake. She's my best mate, so I will. So I'm making a Highland cow, as you do. And then Pete's doing London to Brighton off-road on Saturday for the British Heart Foundation. So I've got to drive him to Walton-on-Thames at 7 in the morning. And he's working away this week, Tuesday to Friday. So I've got to pack all this bloody stuff holidays.
Oh, what a con.
No. That's not fair. That's not fair. Outrageous.
But he's just got to faff around with a bit of cycling stuff. But yeah, he comes back tomorrow. He's got to get ready for Saturday morning. I've got to go take him up the hill cycle to Brighton. His sister will go and pick him up because I'll be going to my friend's party. And then he's got to clean his bike and try and load the car. So it's all just a bit go. Oh, and I've got to, and in between, cake decorating, making cakes this week. I've got to like actually do my paid work as well.
Oh yeah, that
thing called a job. And I've got to finish my application for a new job. So that's fun.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Dave. Why do you look terrified?
Why
he was sat there watching, then suddenly he went, "What happened?" You're muted, by the way.
I don't know. Nothing really struck me.
Okay.
Looked like a creeping sense of dread.
I'd suggest watching the video back because something happened there.
I was thinking about the interviews I've been having and suddenly realised I've got another 2 to do. Maybe it was that.
I think it was that because it was that. Your face.
I mentioned job interview. I mentioned applying for a job, and there we go. Dread. Whereas I'm like applying for my own job, sort of my own job, but I've still got to. Yeah.
Quiet Bloke says, after hearing Caterfer, I'd like to change my answer to not busy.
Same.
I'm in London on Sunday, Catherine.
Oh, what are you doing?
Is your friend Linda going to be there or not?
Oh, no. I tell you why. Because
this is the Clinton Baptiste show at the 100 Club.
There's one reason we bought tickets, Catherine.
Oh shit! I'm really sorry.
I'm joking. We would love to see it anyway.
It would be a packed program. It was so packed last time, and I just felt
for the first 3 quarters of the audience I'm talking about. You're referring to
halfway through they left the show. It was just so long, and everyone started to drift off because it was like it made. What did he used to be called? That fella that used to lock the doors and people used to say his comedy shows were the longest in the world.
Doddy.
Yeah, Ken Dodd. It made Ken Dodd look like he'd breezed through it. It was just there's so much in there, and I kind of had a word with Linda had a word with Clinton afterwards and said maybe it wasn't the vehicle for it.
The issue I thought was, and it was a great evening. I loved.
Yeah, we had such a laugh, but
every
it was long.
second of it. But most of that audience don't know about the podcast.
No.
Let's be generous and say a quarter of them knew about the podcast.
They certainly mostly don't pay for it.
No. But
they weren't at the same stage.
But when I've seen Clinton twice, that time and the previous time, and he said, who listens to the podcast? Very, very small reaction. So when it became the podcast recording...
They didn't know any of the jokes or anything.
They didn't know it, and they lost interest. And I think that part of the show could have been done significantly differently. And my feedback has been passed on. So yeah, it was great. It was great. And then there's always a weird vibe when the majority of the audience are not digging a part of a show, and we've all been there. Yeah. And then there was a little break, and they left, and that's always a weird thing. You come back, and most of the audience have gone. But it was a great show, and the podcast was great. And everything was great. And if you're listening to the podcast, you would never know that happened. That's the beauty of podcasts.
No, but they weren't there for that. And it wasn't. I prefer. I think the strength of the podcast is it's just Clinton and Linda chatting and messing about.
I think I think maybe you do it live, like at Christmas. You do a special or something, and you sell tickets, and that's it. It's not a Clinton show. It's the Clinton and Linda podcast show. That's the evening. But yeah,
there is talk of maybe doing it as an online thing with us in a room and viewers, rather than it being as interactive, because it doesn't quite.
So Dave's gonna have a fun night then. After
No, you will. It'll be really good. It'll be really good, and it'll flow better, because it was like it just got a bit technical and stuff. And
so is the idea there won't be the podcast bit at the end?
No. I think he'll ask for your ghost stories, so you'll be able to give him your ghost stories if you've got one. But yeah, that'll be what we use for the podcast, I think.
Are you going, Amber?
Yeah, we'll be going.
Wow, you're a glutton for punishment, right?
Oh, it was fun last time.
It was fun. I'm being harsh. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Alex is always great to watch. Barry from Watford, and it was great. And when we were there, Angelos was a brilliant night.
It was just really long.
I'm just super sensitive to changes in the vibe in audiences. It makes stuff like that makes me so uncomfortable.
It was weird, wasn't it? I really felt that. It was so weird. Very weird. It's what it is.
It is what it is. It was a great night, and
it was worth
Alex
a try.
Handles
and
it with aplomb.
Yeah, I was going to say it was worth a try, but it didn't quite work. It's all good.
The thing I didn't like was that to get out of the venue, you had to squeeze between two naked people.
Sorry about that. That was the dressing room. We didn't like to say.
The dressing room at the 100 Club is where a very drunk Frank Sidebottom was playing the blues for me, and he said, "Iain, have you ever heard me swear?" I said, "No." He went, "You're a fuck." He said, "You're an effing C." Absolutely steaming. It was wonderful.
Wow.
You're an effing C. It was, and then he was.
Why is he doing it in my voice?
He was supposed to do 20. I was comparing this night. It was a great night. Him, Mike Wozniak. Anyway, and he was supposed to do 20 minutes. He did 40 minutes, and the promoter said, "You've got to get him off now." So I went up, and he was so pissed, and he just sat at the side of the stage selling badges while I was closing it, and. It was one of my favourite nights in his company. Then he got the mega bus back home. That's how we do it.
With his head on.
That was when he was using the fiberglass head, not the paper mache head. So he had like a big case for it.
All right, okay.
I think of Mike Wozniak as being a bit more recent. I didn't realise he went that.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't realise he was really, really successful now. So Mike Wozniak and the guy that does the Chatterbix podcast that isn't... Who are the guys that do Chatterbix?
David
Earl.
Not David Earl, the other one. Joe Wilkinson. It may have been both of them, actually, on the bill. I got to choose the bill, and they were my favourite. And this was, I don't know, 15 years ago. And they were like my favourite comedians because I'd seen them on the circuit. And I only recently found out that they've both become like really famous. Joe Wilkinson's in Afterlife, isn't he? And I don't know what Wozniak does.
Yeah, and he does a lot on 8 out of 10 Cats, does Countdown and stuff.
Well, what does Wozniak do?
And he's also done Taskmaster.
Yeah, they've both done
Wozniak's
Taskmaster.
Okay. Well, I was surprised to find they were really successful and very well known. So, like you, Dave, but from the other end of the telescope.
if you've not seen what Mike Wozniak on Taskmaster, he gets an individual task that he thinks everyone's got, which is to basically record a fart. And he's on a plane, and there is an undescribable noise, and he then reveals he's managed to pop a hemorrhoid.
Oh, well, this all links up. I can add two things to that story. First thing, I blocked Taskmaster on Twitter because it kept coming up in my Twitter feed, so I blocked it because it pissed me off. Secondly, I bought some Anusol, which arrived today, and I've applied it. Don't use the applicator. I use this, God's applicator.
Oh, my God.
Dave brought it into the chat.
You just reminded me, I've got the applicator and I need to hand it back. The applicator of the Anusol has been...
Tell us the story, Catherine.
For years, my dad and I have passed one back and forth. God.
Dave's face is like, hang on, where's this going?
When I was about 14, I came down the stairs having found it, going, what's this for? What's this for? My dad told me what it was for. He says it was a new one. But...
He would have to say that for legal reasons.
He said it was a new one. But then I gave it back to him. Disgusting. And then I found it like in my lunchbox for school. Then my dad would find it under his pillow. Then weeks would go by and I would like reach into my coat pocket. Boom, there it was. Then my dad would go to work and find it in his sandwich box. Then I'd forget about it and I'd go and do my exams and I'd open my pencil case and there it would be. And this has gone on for years and I've got it. I've just remembered I've got it upstairs and I've been keeping it safe. I think it's time.
Horrible.
Wrap it up for Christmas.
See if you can. I don't know how you do this, but is there a way you can do it so he finds it up his bum?
I'll put it.
Put it in some food because it will get there eventually.
I was thinking of putting it in a cake.
You're so.
And bomb cake.
You mock me for being common and coming from common stock. And listen to you disgusting.
This is a medical
street
joke.
urchin.
Bum.
Sorry, visionary. What?
Current bum.
Put it in a bum, not bum.
Oh, it will be delivered in a classy manner. I've just got to think how.
We play a little more innocent game. It started in lockdown with a tiny little like unicorn. And we just hide it around the house. I mean, kind of.
That's nice. That's a nice story.
We had the severed finger for a while, didn't we, Ian?
Oh, yeah, we did have the severed finger. Yeah, that would pop up. My kids, it used to genuinely terrify my kids when they were very, very little. Oh my God, my fingers just came off. I remember them with great pride going, one day, we know it's fake. like they'd solved the great train robbery. We know it's fake. Okay, guys.
You can stop this now.
I found a nice thing. So I've been clearing out CDs and I had a lovely Hyperfocus. I've got not many records, but I got a load of Monkeys records basically in that room and some other ones. And I thought, right, I'm going to clear some out. I've got a load of doubles, load of triples, going to clear some out. And so I've still got about 100 in there. But I found some of the records from when I did this record label, 7A. And in almost every single one, in the thank yous, it's mentioned my boys. It's either says thanks to A and K, or it mentions their names. Well, Alex is getting into collecting records now. I said, oh, you know your name's on a couple of records. What? And I showed him, and he was completely blown away that his name is written on tiny letters in the back of this. So I'm going to give him a couple of those records. It's monkey stuff. He won't, particularly be into it. But how thrilling for a 13-year-old young man who's getting into that to have his name on some records. And what was I going to say then? I'd found something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I found a copy of Surf's Up signed by Brian Wilson. Anyway,
I want to show you something, Visionary. Don't move a muscle. I won't be sick.
Do the rest of us need to close our eyes? Is it exclusive to Visionary? Dave,
I don't know, educational maybe.
I'm gonna ask Dave to find something, and let's take bets on how long it'll take him to get it. I'm gonna say 3 seconds. Visionary, do you want to guess how long it's going to take Dave to get something I'm going to say?
About 10 seconds.
Kate, you don't know what it is, I know, but do you want to have a little punt?
Hmm?
Not you, Catherine. I'm talking to Kate.
5.
Okay, I'm saying 3. So, Dave, get that picture of me as Bruce Lee. 1, 2, 3! I don't know. Just every now and then, Dave, I could be anywhere and I'll remember you have that picture about 6 inches away from you and it will just make me chuckle. I swear to God, I've done it in Tesco, in the car. I just think, oh, he's got that picture of me. And it makes me chuckle every time.
It's still got the ticket on it as well.
I know. That's what makes it extra special, the tombola. which will be going to Harry and Charlie Turner's When I Die. Catherine. Ah! This is trippy.
The Britney Spears Oracle deck.
Mm-hmm.
Have you used it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it come true?
Well,
Do it for us. I haven't opened mine yet. I've got 2. I've got one for Clinton and one for me because it's just brilliant.
it is brilliant. It's been endorsed by Britney Spears. It has a lot of tidbits about her, life. And then a tiny little bit at the end with maybe you could do something like her too.
It's their tarot cards, Britney Spears tarot cards.
These are the
What? So it's going to predict whether you're going to dance around in a latex rubber suit or something.
It's whether you're going to be stronger than yesterday, Kate. Don't be cynical.
Yeah. So it's kind of things like this in numerous outfits, which is they're pretty good.
Is there a oops you did it again card?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Is that about reincarnation?
I haven't seen any yet. I did a reading for myself, and I kind of just read the pictures and sort of read the cards afterwards. Should I pull one for you, Catherine?
Yeah, pull me one.
Brilliant, guys.
Right. Okay.
Pull me a good one.
Let's see what comes out. Whoop. There you go. Oh.
Is it the one with the big snake?
Oh my! All I can see is Britney's crotch.
Britney's crotch.
I believe is what her Instagram is nowadays, isn't it?
Very much, except without knickers.
It's good because it says the living legend.
Yes, mate.
Looking at it it's obvious you're low in energy. Working in education means that you are beyond tired. You learn a new way of being tired.
Hang on a minute. She's pretending she's doing this as a reading, and she's not. She's just saying the stuff you've already said.
I've got the book here.
Bullsh.
I'm going to read the book. Okay.
All right, let's see what the living legend says.
Living legend. Let's look it up. I had so much fun with this. Although, have you been losing your voice? That just stood up because microphone's on.
Oh, yeah, look.
Have you been losing your voice or feeling like your voice has gone a bit weird?
No, but I'll tell you something. I have been asked today to take part in a lip sync battle.
I was about to say something about that because I have seen Britney in concert. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
That mic was not on.
No, that mic was not on.
Yeah,
when you see her the night before Macca, it's blatantly obvious. Her mic was not on.
Yeah. So I'm doing a lip sync battle.
Excellent. So you will be losing your voice. There you go. That's a start. Okay,
this is the worst. This isn't even cold reading. You just list. This is listening and then saying again later.
I'm going to read word for word. Okay, word for word. Britney was honoured by the Billboard Music Awards in 2016 and took the stage in a showgirl style red feathered bikini to perform a medley of her most iconic hits, which spanned decades. Britney has referred to herself in this song as a living legend.
Modest.
Yeah. And nothing could be more true.
Stop
Because
the clock.
Of course she's endorsed this, hasn't
Stop
she?
the clock. You just said a word beginning with N. Could you say it again, please?
Nothing could
Nothing?
be more true.
Nothing?
Nothing.
No. You said nothing. Like
No,
mothing or moshing or noshing. You said nothing.
Oh, nothing. Was it nothing?
Nothing.
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 Nothing could be more true. That's terrible. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Dave's thinking, what's the earliest I could politely leave this Zoom without looking
We're
rude?
going to pull
I was
you one
actually
in a minute.
thinking, at what point do I say aubergine?
My favourite thing. Okay, so continuing. After all, she changed the pop landscape forever. From Slave for You to Womanizer to the Lights of Las Vegas, Britney has done it all and influenced and inspired generations of pop stars.
Wait, hang on. Is this supposed to be like predicting her future? You've just given me
Say
a
how brilliant Britney is.
Britney bio.
This is what I'm saying. This is literally what's happening to these things.
How
on a
many
minute.
generations, like, realistically, have there been that she has inspired? Maybe
Well,
one.
Yeah, she inspired a generation to think it's okay to think that women dressed up as schoolgirls is sexy and we're allowed to hit them more than once.
Yeah. Anyway, the last sentence. You see, you're going to see what I mean when I go through this. The living legend in all her glory is a symbol of celebration and acknowledging your many fabulous achievements.
Oh, that's true. That's so true.
One
That's so true.
second.
That's so weird.
It's one sentence, though, out of everything that's on there. One sentence.
Dave, do you want one?
Pull one for
Yeah.
Dave. Pull Dave's.
I'll pull Dave.
I'll pull one for Dave. Dave, many years hence, when I hope it's a long time, when you die, can we do like a tribute and it's going to be called Pull One for Dave?
Okay, you can do it. You can read my will at the same time, and I'll leave the Iain picture to.
I wonder who's going to leave it to. This is
I thought it might not be a point giving it back to you.
You should. Oh man, when you die, you should. Before you die, right? When you know you're going to die, go around the house and put raffle tickets on everything. And the will is just a big tombola. And it's the lawyer has to go. Right, Catherine, it's number 62. That's the cheese board.
That's beautiful.
My wife's grandma, when she passed away, she had a massive house in Harpenden, which is a very big house. My wife's uncle went around putting post-it notes with their names on them on stuff like, this is mine. This is
wow.
I thought you were going to say something very spooky. I used to have a friend who was from Harpenden, and his grandmother had labels with who was getting what on the actual thing for years before she died.
Linny's saying the same thing about her godmother.
And my friend said whenever he annoyed his grandma, he would always check his things still had the labels on.
Blimey,
She
we
did
just
used
had
to
a
pick them off.
free-for-all.
It does sound like something she'd do, but she only had 7 granddaughters. She had no grandsons. So
Right, can't be
different person. Must be a Harpenden
A
thing.
Harpenden thing. Pull one for Dave, visionary.
Pull one for Dave.
Pull
Pull one for. By the way, that's the name of the show tonight. Pull one for Dave.
Yeah.
So, Dave, you're a beach babe. You're a beach babe.
She seems to have turned invisible.
She has.
Usually it's the clothes that disappear.
Also, I'll just say spiritually, the blue is healing. So moving forward and healing yourself. And the yellow, the yellow is wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah.
I've been playing D&D. That has a lot of wisdom and intelligence throws in it.
Double D.
Okay, you ready for this? Oh, God. Britney loves the beach.
What?
Since the early stage of her career, she's been spotted relaxing on the sand in a brightly hued bikini, paging through a magazine or novel, or doing some surfside yoga.
Why would anyone say hued? They mean coloured, right?
I
Brightly
know, and
coloured.
let's not pretend we've ever seen a picture of Britney reading a book.
I'd like to think it's a magazine with her on the front.
Yeah.
It probably, I think it would be.
It's a picture of her on the beach reading a magazine.
Pull one for Dave.
Ooh, right. When she needs a getaway, she packs her bags and heads for Maui to enjoy its stunning ocean views and beautiful beaches. Simply being by water can be grounding and restore your spirit and help you connect with the elements. Water, whether it's the sweeping wilderness of the ocean or a simple stream in your backyard, is a force of nature.
Stream, Dave, a stream.
We had a leak in the roof a little while ago. Does that count?
Sorry, I thought you were about to say you went for a leak in the back garden. Sorry.
I mean, the amount of rain we've had, can you believe it? I mean, you've probably been washed several times over. I know.
Uncanny, yeah.
So the beach babe shows us, this is the last sentence again, the beach babe shows us that you're never too old to play in the sand or marvel at the majestic majesty of the world around you.
Majestic majesty. Really?
I didn't read it.
The royal royalty.
Yes. The majestic majesty.
I mean, I went to the beach a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
It knows.
Vibes, it's spooky vibes.
Go on, do Kate.
I don't think Kate wants to get involved in this madness.
Kate wants to be pulled.
Yeah, of course. I'd feel left out if I wasn't.
Kate.
Pull one for Kate. Pull one for Kate.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh.
Naked Britney.
Okay, you ready?
What have I got?
I'm sorry.
It's not hostess Britney then.
I'm
By the sounds of it.
apologising in advance.
I did say this was not a good idea.
For the schoolgirl.
Oh.
I've got original Britney. Yeah.
Britney classic.
Classic Britney. The OG.
Oh, gee.
I just
Britney
went
Rip.
straight to the page in the book as well.
What is the what's the name of the card?
The schoolgirl.
called
It's called the schoolgirl.
Schoolgirl.
Oh God, it's just a
Daniel's last two messages. Evening, everyone. What have I arrived into?
We're dabbling in the occult.
yeah. By a Britney.
Okay, so here we go again. She was I think it's ingenue, new on the pop scene. Ingenue, there we go. New on the pop scene, but young Britney knew exactly how to make an impact with a music video that would change not only the music industry, but pop culture entirely. The blanked out Baby One More Time video.
What? Hang on, what?
Yeah.
It's blanked out.
Yeah, the first
me.
part is blanked out.
Hit
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Can you see that?
That's like it's rewriting history. It's like not showing episodes of Top of the Pops because glitters on it or something.
It's
not quite the same.
with
actually.
your rhythm stick.
Yeah.
Is that just the name of the song? Is it just called Baby One More Time?
Yeah,
Dot,
maybe
dot,
it's a
baby,
different
one
song.
more time.
It's ... Baby One More Time. Weird. Anyway, so the ... Baby One More Time video featured Britney in a traditional schoolgirl outfit.
Traditional? They're trying to make it sound classy.
I'd have got sent home for that.
Kate of her looks disgusted and terrified.
It's well in America, like how many people actually wear school uniforms in America? It's like
So we're saying a traditional schoolgirl outfit with a cheeky Y2K twist.
And
This is like
a fluffy thing around her bunches. Yeah.
this sounds like it's written by that Daz fella who did that Eurovision
What
rap.
did you learn at school today? I learned that you should be nowhere near it, mate.
Why did we stop him? What we stopped it? Did he? It did get a bit.
He got rude.
It got rude, didn't it? That's why we stopped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Ian.
And the effect sent shockwaves through the pop world. That wasn't the only place it sent shockwaves. According to the video's director, Britney herself.
What the fuck? Who just threw a cat at you?
There's Modi. He jumps up like that. He's a lunatic.
Oh my God.
My boy. So sent shockwaves through the pop world. According to the video's director, Britney herself scrapped the original concept and came up with a video we know and love, proving that when it comes to your career and your life,
here we go, okay, relevance.
It's all about following your gut and trusting yourself.
sorry, Patty.
And a shorter skirt.
I don't think the short skirt will help. There'll be a Zoom interview.
You'll know, though. You'll know, Kate.
So next week I'll bring along my Sam Ryder tarot cards. And we'll
do Iain.
I don't want one. I don't like messing with the occult.
Pull one.
Don't pull one. I forbid you to pull one for Iain.
Pull him one.
I don't want one pulled.
Are you not curious?
No, of course, no, I'm not. I'm just getting Ruby Wax vibes all over again. Although this is slightly more professional than her show.
It looks like you got something good, though.
Right, before you do it, right, if a person actively says they don't want one pulled for them and you pull one...
It just came out.
Okay,
but
do I have any legal redress where you don't show me what you've pulled for me?
Yeah, close your eyes and we'll look.
No, listen, I will not show it, but it's great.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
Iain, you look away. I want to see it.
No. She can text you or whatever. Put it in the post. No visually. Yep. I forbid
I'm just about to say I respect what you're saying, and I will not show it.
Are you giving clues to Catherine as to what the card is?
No.
Why don't you give her a page number because she's got the book?
Yes, give me a page number.
No, because Catherine will show it. No, I forbid this.
It'll be private.
I'll stop it.
I forbid this. You shouldn't be messing with this.
Sisters.
You shouldn't be messing with this shit.
Okay, I'm not going to do it.
This is seriously serious stuff, and you shouldn't be messing with this.
Is it the halftime superstar?
No.
Oh.
Does Britney now have to make all this stuff happen?
Is it the mother?
Well, yeah, I guess because she's endorsed it, isn't she?
Yeah, and so does she now have to make sure Kate does something of a job and I go to the beach?
Well, yeah.
The space princess.
So. Oh, I did one for myself.
What did yours come out?
Dump him.
Is it Kevin Federline?
It's my Trevor, isn't it?
Oh, Trevor.
My Trevor. Oh.
It's a plaintive sound. Oh, that's been a lot of fun, everyone. Apart from Iain.
That was interesting, wasn't
Respect my differences.
Listen, mate, I've been sitting in front of your Ouija board for about 2 years.
No, you haven't. Where is it?
It's not there now, but it
hasn't been there for about 2 years.
No, it has.
No, it hasn't.
It might have got stolen when we were round in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, okay. If that's what needs to be done. I'm a generous guy. You come around my house till you take what you want. It's just things, guys. I don't need things.
We did find it in the pile in the garage.
Oh yeah. It was yeah. Did you have a little go? A little tempted to have a little go?
It was on the wood. It was on the wood pile for burning at that point.
No, it was on the wood pile. It wasn't for burning. It's on the wood pile. My garage is in state of disarray, which is partly why I'm sorting out my CDs and my vinyls. I'm just slowly getting it back into shape. So I gave away all those big tubes the other week. Slowly getting it back into shape.
It was a great as part of the whole experience for the day. It was great to go into the museum of DNA tat, and we had the puppets in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I'll be.
We're going to do an exhibition, and you have to walk between us to see it into his garage.
Who's the puppets, Catherine?
It's a good idea.
Is anyone else really hungry?
No, I had a pasta bake.
I had 2 potatoes, but I've not.
It was
really...
shriveled.
I had some leftover pasta, and then I was still hungry, so I had a pizza.
I've got pasta, but I've only got no, I've got pesto, but I've only got tagliatelle.
Don't matter.
You can't have tagliatelle and pesto.
Why?
It's not.
No, you can't. The tagliatelle's the long one, right?
Tagliatelle. The G is silent.
Oh, whatever. Tagliatelle is the long one.
Yeah, long
The
and
one that
skinny.
looks like it's been run over.
You can't have that with pesto. You can only have it with the screws and the shells.
Talk balls.
Shut up.
Just get it at. Shut up.
How can you do it with the long one?
Just like spaghetti that's got run over.
Yeah, it should work. It's pasta.
Do you know what?
Stir it into it.
This has been the conundrum for a long time, and I hadn't thought this is actually possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to lighten up.
Believe. Oh, shut
Yeah.
up.
Put it in the air fryer.
Lighten up. Put pasta in the air. Stop trying to confuse me with words. We're not
Catherine,
Confuse myself
change
with
it-
words.
I'm changing the subject, but I keep spotting your T-shirt. Obviously, I'm far too masculine to go and watch the Barbie movie, but we did rent it on Amazon at the weekend.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really good.
I'd heard very good things, and yeah, it just wasn't something we were going to go and see. But now it's on Amazon. And yes, I understand. Obviously, it's not written for me. That's fine.
I don't know whether that's true. I think that the Ken thing is pretty strong.
Yeah.
My problem with it is I don't think it goes far enough.
Yeah.
Like, why is she apologising to him at the end?
Yeah.
Isn't it because we don't need it? We don't want to go too far one way or the other. It's about being equal rather than being supreme.
Yeah, I don't think they got that though, did they? They kind of went back to the norm.
She chucked him out of the dream house.
Yeah.
He realised his coat was stupid. I love that bit. I look stupid, and then the Ken's going, "No, you look cool."
I did enjoy it. It was, I think, because obviously
did you laugh at the war?
Yes.
Brilliant.
There is a great podcast I listened to called "It Was a Shit Show," and they detail films, generally films that have had complicated backstories. That were a nightmare to make and put together. And they've just done one on Barbie.
Oh.
That movie was in production since 2007.
Wow.
And they couldn't get it right.
I'd love to have seen what that was originally. I bet it was just the Lego movie about Barbie.
It was. Whenever it was, I may have been a little bit... What year was the Lego movie? Because it was literally the year after the Lego movie. Might have been.
It was in the 2010s. So
maybe 2012 then, perhaps. It was like literally Lego movie came out. They went, right, we want to do something meta about Barbie, please. And yeah, it was in production hell for ages. It's a really good podcast. It was a shit show. And that is a great episode. I played one to Catherine, but it was a really bad episode. That's a great one to dive into. And they go into great detail. It's very funny. About casting and people leaving and creative differences and all that kind of stuff. It was Amy Schumer was
Yes, she was going to do it. I remember that.
Yeah. And
it's only when they got Greta Gerwig in that it started to take shape, right?
Yeah, Amy Schumer, and then she left, and they said it was scheduling, but they just completely disagreed. And Greta Gerwig wrote it with, I think it's her partner. I don't know if they're married.
Yes.
During lockdown.
And they had Margot Robbie in mind, didn't they?
Yeah, and they just kept teasing each other. So, right, how far can we push this? Yeah, it's a really interesting podcast. I thoroughly recommend.
Wow.
I enjoyed Barbie. I didn't enjoy it as much as perhaps other people did, and I thought Oppenheimer was boring as hell, apart from the bomb. I found it so boring. Any feedback on that group?
I haven't
seen Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen either film, so I'm just sat here going, I don't go to the cinema like once every 10 years.
Yeah.
I have been watching How To with John Wilson, which I forgot about, and I kind of bailed halfway through season 2, and I'm watching season 3. It's great. This kind of the geeky documentary maker in New York, and it's so good. It's weird and endearing and funny and sad, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I have been watching Moving, the Korean. Is it Korean? Yeah, it's the Korean drama about people that got superpowers.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good.
Okay.
And I started right. So, did anyone here watch The Morning Show season 1?
Oh, you said about this last week, didn't you?
I did.
I watched episode 1 and 2 of series 3 because that was all that was available when I got to it. I can't work out what you're on about.
Well, you will.
I googled just the name of the show, season 3, and saw a thumbnail which tells me, exactly what Iain was talking about.
You know about the? Is that Dave? Is it the? Yeah. I don't mean she becomes a Nazi. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. Kate, you sure you're watching season 3?
Yes.
You're not watching the COVID season. I keep hammering.
I watched the COVID season.
The COVID season was awful.
We're 2 years later, and
that awful COVID special she did, where I'm myself isolating. I got COVID, but we're gonna get through. It was the worst thing I've ever seen on television in my life. And so in season 3, when the aim is for, I went, I'm out. This is silly. You watching The Morning Show, right? Sorry,
I was confused. I've not been watching very much television, but I have been enjoying My Mum, Your Dad. Have you seen that?
What?
I keep thinking I should watch that on.
It's quite good. So it's Davina McCall. She said that she was going to be working on a middle-aged version of Love Island, and that's kind of it, but kind of not. So what happens is people who are 40 plus singles are put in this nice house, and they are supposed to be having relationship advisors kind of put them in situations where they can get to know each other. And it's not as filthy as Love Island by any means. I haven't seen any buttocks at this point. And then the twist is the relationships experts are their adult children.
So
it's quite sweet.
So to apply, do you have to have an adult age child who is also an expert in relationships?
They're not really experts in relationships. Okay. The kids dropped them off and then got told, yeah, you're sticking around because you're going to be observing them and putting them in situations. It's quite sweet. I think it's all very mild. It's like it's kind of wholesome, I think.
See,
although there was one guy in there who lost his wife last year, and I can't help thinking it's a little bit too soon.
The title's a bit clickbaity, isn't it? Because it kind of implies that you're just going to pick 2 random people off the street. Right, your mum, your dad.
Yeah.
Go, is a room.
Yeah. It's not quite that.
Faith was talking to me because last night I was watching Married at First Sight UK.
Oh, right.
Everyone's going on about it. I'm going to give it a go.
I refuse to watch the British ones. I don't like British television.
I started to watch it. The second one kind of pulled me in a little bit. And then the rest of it, I was like, I don't know if I want to watch anymore. And Faith was like, what if I, did a dating profile for you, on your behalf, and then you could just date people? And she said there's people that do it, and there's like a show about it, and I didn't really pay any attention. It's My Mum, Your Dad.
My Mum, Your Dad. I haven't watched the new Maths UK, Mathsuck, if you will, but because I've read that they're all a bit wise now to the process, and it's
hang on, is this Maths or 90 Day?
Mathsuck.
Maths. I'm sorry. I okay.
They're all a bit wise to it. It's a bit like when Big Brother got Knowing.
John Tickle tweeted me the other day.
Did it?
Yeah.
I once saw him on a tube train after a Blur concert.
Yeah.
There you go.
If this were the phone-in would be, what's your John Tickle story?
And you'd have to have the Mr. Tickle sound effect on a hotkey, and never anyone said his name. It just made the noise.
What's the Mr. Tickle noise?
I don't know it well enough to try.
Yeah, you do.
I think you have to.
Is it like... You've got to have the hand thing.
don't think you believe that, Dave.
It's something like that, isn't it?
I've got no idea. I didn't know he had a noise.
No, Mr. Tickle from like the Mr.
Yeah, no, I know who you refer.
Should be a bit more like.
Because he's got like wiggly arms. I'm gonna Google it.
Surely it's got to have a little tickle of the fingers.
All right, hold on. Can I share my screen, Iain?
Let me hang on.
This is not where I thought we would be going tonight.
Yep, you can share screen.
Don't know. Do I have to do something different for the audio?
Yeah, because but that's coming through your microphone, I think. We are viewing Dave's device. Oh, you've always got to be careful.
Let's see what tabs he's got.
We should probably skip it, shouldn't we?
But we can't hear it.
Hold on, I'm trying to work out how I.
Do I have to do anything? Maybe I have to do.
What's he doing? Is that tickle?
No.
Is that tickle in bed?
I don't think I can do anything.
Oh, there's a button at the top.
My God. Oh, hands over the duvet, please,
What is
Tickle.
Mr. Tickle doing?
He's stopped now. His arms are out.
Share sound.
And yawned. But enormous through the wood.
All right, can
looking for
tickle.
anybody to tickle. Eventually, Mr. Tickle
Still
came
got
to
no clothes on, but he's got his hat on.
What's he going to a school?
So, reaching up his extraordinary
Not the school,
long
Tickle.
arm to a high window ledge, Mr. Tickle pulled himself up and peeked in through the open window.
70s.
Inside,
No.
you could see a classroom.
Britney Spears.
Sitting at their desks, and a teacher writing on the blackboard. Mr. Tickle reached in through the window with that extraordinarily long arm of his,
Listen out.
went up behind a little boy called Peter, and tickled him on the back of his neck.
There you go.
Not that tickling at once, said the teacher sternly. Mr. Tickle waited a minute.
I take it we don't want to watch the whole thing.
No, it's awful.
It is terrible.
Yeah. How many times does John Tickle get that shouted at him, do you think?
Probably
Like-
not.
Never, because we didn't know what the noise was. We've just had to research it.
I knew what it was.
Hiding in plain sight. That guy, that blah guy, hiding in plain sight.
Oh dear.
How do you feel, John? Having Dave, sorry, having searched for that and played it to us. How do you feel now?
It's not my stream I'm ruining.
Right, get out, everybody. We're going to watch some crap. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Pat, pats. Bye bye. Chowsy chow chows. Pats. There we go. That was fun. I'm wondering.
Dave is the reason we can't have anything nice.
Yeah. My eyes are absolutely knackered. Right. Let's see if we can find anything on this Twitter feed. What I have, stuff I've liked. Let's go there. Let's go Zoom screen. Thank you, everyone. That was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Gonna make Catherine a bit bigger.
Bigger still.
There we go. And do that. And I go to my profile and I go to likes. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, this is good. I just met Shaq. They said no cell phone photography. I thought he didn't see me recording until I watched this video. And then he just goes back in for the picture and the smile. That tickled my pickle. I didn't get many this. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is wild. Did you see this?
No. Is this weird dancing? Stop it.
It Is this AI? Seriously?
It's got to be. It's.
Whoa! Whoa! That has to be AI. Now watch it again, but this time don't watch her. Watch the bloke in the background.
His face is cold.
And then bored.
What is that girl doing?
I don't like that.
No, horrible. Stop that immediately.
I don't like that. That's bloody horrible. Iain is forced to sit next to a miniature wishing well. This.
No, thank you.
I
don't believe these are real. These aren't real.
This has got to be AI, right? No, but it looks like they go up.
No, it's not real. It's pretend.
No, that's not real. You can see it bending as it moves.
Yes.
That's
also,
fake.
It's foolish to put white sheets on that.
Yeah, that's got to be fake, right?
No, let's not do that. That's nonsense.
Oh, this is good. This goal. Watch this goal. She's not spotted it.
Cheeky thing.
It's her face when she realises. What? Oh. Bruce Lee. Spectrum Games. I think that. Oh, this is good. So this is Carol Burnett, Phyllis Diller, Gwen Verdon, I don't know who that is, and Bobby Gentry. Let's have a little bit of the Beatles. Here we go.
Are we supposed to be able to hear it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yes.
Look at Carol Burnett in the pink.
I don't know who Carol Burnett is, really. I know that's Bobby Gentry, and I only know that because of her voice.
She's a showwoman.
It was 20 years ago today. Sergeant Pepper got his band to play. They were going
In the 70s, America really didn't understand the Beatles. They didn't know what it was.
out of style, but guaranteed to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you, acting up all these years, it's Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club
Sergeant
Band.
Pepper's!
We're Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We hope you will enjoy the show. We're Sergeant
Dilla.
Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Sit back and let the evening go. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's wonderful.
Anyway.
The first two look like they're being held there against their will. What the hell is going on to that cat?
Oh, this is the osteopath guy, the
Oh, no, I don't
chiropractor
think
for
this is
animals.
right.
So you got to listen to this. So he's doing osteopathy chiropractic things on animals. Listen for the click.
Oh. The dog's face says it all.
That's good. My first osteopath was a woman called, gosh, how did I remember her name? Sarah. This was like over 25 years ago. Very short, about 5'1" or 2. First time I'd ever been to an osteopath. Oh my God, it was incredible. And she used to be an equine osteopath who worked with, it wasn't the British Olympic team, it may have been the French. And she would click the backs of horses. And one of the ways she would do it is she would lift up their back leg and I said, what does it sound like? She went, Iain, it's just the best sound ever. And I was...
You get a hoof to the face. No, mate.
Yeah,
Get your balls
shit yourself. This is an XL bully, isn't it?
Flipping it.
Is
No,
that
there's no
is that
need for
stoat?
this. There's no need for this. No, that's a prairie dog or something, isn't it? What's it called?
Okay.
Meerkat. No, that meerkat has not complained of a bad back. There's no need for this.
Let me do this to you one day.
No.
Okay.
Also, why am I the dog in this scenario?
You've got some life questions I think you need to answer. Here we go.
Seriously, he's asking for it.
Okay, it's good. The fuck did you do? What did you do?
The dog is saying, das ist nicht so
Mummy,
good.
what did you bring me here for? Now, here's the thing I don't get, because snakes don't have bones.
Ian.
Snakes are muscle. I've got a snake.
They're a long bone.
Then why have you got to be vulgar every
They are.
moment?
They've got loads of bones. They're one long...
No, they're all muscle.
Nonsense. You think there's just somewhat sort of a long cloaca?
Has a worm got a muscle? Got a bone? Has worms
No,
got bones?
It's an invertebrate. That's a vertebrate.
No, it's not. It's a snake.
Yep.
That was a good noise. That was a satisfying. That's the most satisfying one so far.
Ja. Okay. Krass.
He's just messing.
Hang on a second. I saw another. If you look carefully, there's another snake there. What's going on here? What's that dude doing?
No. What a weirdo.
Marcus, I think, is doing a joke. Of course snakes have bones, they have loads of ribs. Is that like a meat joke? I could murder a bowl of ribs right now. Oh, this is great. This is great.
Kitties.
This is great. The heading here is wrong class. Look at this.
Is that real? That's not real. That's real.
Right. Okay. Let's just look at it again. Okay. Right. Well, of course, I'm having you. You're coming home with me. Couldn't say no to you. This guy. Any others?
Anyone who meets your eyes. This one at the front, mine.
You can have that one.
And
This
the
one. This one's got a
sister.
manky. I'm having this one's got a manky eye. You can have that one.
All right, I like that one. I like it's got the attitude.
Oh, and I'll take you as well. I'm not really one for ginger.
Oh, hang
ginger
on a minute.
cats.
Who's at the back there?
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Bloody hell. That's what it's like when I come home sometimes and there's an extra cat in here.
Oh, never not thinking about this king who quit the job he hated with the help of a marching band. Right? This is incredible. Is it real or not?
I don't think the guy with the shades on looks real. I don't think the person next to the red shirt man looks real. Or the guy at the back doesn't look real.
It does. No. In what way doesn't it look real?
They look like films. They look fuzzy.
Oh, they're definitely there. You wait. I think it is real because
It's just
he
raining.
waves these people on.
I did fantasize about leaving jobs in spectacular style, but in the end, all that happens is I get given a nice card and I cry.
Here we go.
Guys, what is this? Guys, all of you out right now.
Jared, I'm here to tell you that I'm quitting.
I think it
Joey
is filmed so
quit.
badly. I think Joey really did quit like that. That's great that they go off down the street. It's brilliant. And I think
It's at that point he
That's it.
realises he's left his bag in the office.
I think that's it. Yes. Oh look, James Farley's sub to my new podcast. There we go. Stop share. That's all I've seen. Tomorrow is El Dorado night. We will find out what happened after the Bluey
date.
and the date. See, I don't think anyone turns up for the first date. I think it's a little bit further on. I vaguely remember.
You string it out. I think I remember who it is. I think I've just remembered.
Go on. Who do you think it is?
I don't want to spoil it for everyone else. I'll message you.
Okay.
Stand by. I think I remember it as this, but I may be wrong. But this would actually be delicious. Hang on one moment.
There we go. Okay. All right.
I think it might be that.
They're more open to it over there, aren't they? I'm quite hot now, but I've had Patty on my lap the whole show. And I don't want to disturb her. You all right, kid? You were locked in. So yeah, we'll have that tomorrow. We'll do a little bit more. I'm just wondering where we can go now and what we could do. I'm also aware that you're very tired, that Thursdays now are different to Thursdays 2 weeks ago. Because, you're
I'm up at 5.
Up at 5, isn't it? We'll do a little bit more. We'll get to 9:15 and then maybe we'll pull the plug then. I'm tired just because it's been a really busy week, but also stressful week. I can't. No, I won't. But it's been a stressful week. Although it's looking like those stresses are coming to an end. We may have found a care home for Mum. It's miles away from me, but it's near my sister. So we may have found somewhere. However, it's a Leonard Cheshire care home, and they're going to be selling more care homes, and we don't know which. So it's kind of a punt that hopefully we have not looked at it. Joe's going to go and look at it. But hopefully it's good, and hopefully it's not on their top secret list of things that they're considering selling, So there is some optimism there. I feel bad about her moving away from me, but that's on me. She'll be near Joe, which is great. And I didn't see her as much as I could have done while she was here. That's on me, That's on me. And that's something I feel very guilty about. Oh, my scooter that's been at the garage for the last 5 weeks looks like it might be dead. He took it out for a test run and it just died, and he's not quite sure why. So he's going to do a couple more things to it, but that looks like that's dead. So that's sad.
I've had to declare mine off road, so
yeah. Maybe
they both.
I haven't used it much, but there's still a little bit of sadness. But part of me thinks, maybe it's sensible to get rid of it. I've not felt too confident on it for a while, so maybe I need to take this hoodie off. Pats. Can you move, my darling?
I'm definitely going to get a new scooter when I can get one.
Can you move?
My scooting days are not over.
Oh.
Love it so much. But whenever I talk to people who ride motorbikes, about my scooter, they always go, "Do you not fancy a bigger one?" I really don't. I really don't want a motorbike. I quite like the scooter. It goes plenty fast enough for me, and it just feels fast enough. I don't want a big bike. No, I don't want a big bike. Although it'd be quite handy for going to work on, but I don't want a big bike. I don't think I dare. Sometimes because I go on the M25 now, I always get stuck in traffic on the M1 and then on the M25. Always. And sometimes I look enviously at the motorbike drivers as they drive through us. But I would absolutely cack it trying to do that.
I'll be. Oh, hang on a minute.
Also, it's nice in this country. Riding bikes is nice for about a month, and then it starts to get chilly again.
I don't know. Maybe I feel bad about my scooter. I feel bad about my mum. My mum's more important than the scooter. So you're saying I can use pesto on this?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I'm cold now. I'm gonna try that after this.
That's nuts that you wouldn't have thought of that before.
Well, it's the wrong shape.
No. I think that the rule with pasta is
Go on, Catherine. Give us the pasta, the pasta rule.
Things with holes in are for retaining like sloppy sauce, like tomatoes and that.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you clarified tomatoes. Yes.
So like penny and that.
Yeah, but you said things with holes in and sloppy sauce. It's you know.
Come on, I'm trying to educate you in a culinary fashion. And then long, thin ones are for ones that stick.
Chalfont is telling us the scooters. Oh, no. Our scooters are like 25 years old. These are old. Mine I think cost £900.
Yeah.
So I've well had my money's worth on the 6-7 years. I've well had my money's worth. Don't worry about that. Sophie says, I think the coldest I've ever been was doing my CBT day. Yeah. I did my
long johns. I had on for my CBT.
To be able to ride a scooter, you have to do like a day's course, and it's fine. But so I did it, and I got given a 50cc scooter that, you had to have it on maximum revs the whole time, otherwise it would stall.
Yeah.
So what you would do is, he said, right, so you just have to apply the brake. I said, what? So I can't, he said, no, you can't slow down. You've got to have it on maximum. I got to like 35 miles an hour. You've got to have it on maximum. If you want to slow it down, you've got to put the brake on.
Doesn't sound very safe or very useful.
No.
Training, does it?
No, not at all. I don't know. I've enjoyed my scooter. I'm talking about the scooter and I'm thinking about my mum. I feel bad that I feel bad that I didn't make full use of her being half an hour away from me. And there are reasons for that. And now is not the time nor the place to analyse them. But yeah, I feel bad about that. My poor old mum. What a shit, I'm going to say it, life she has had for the most part. I have to. So we have been watching a TV show. So we have been talking for a while, Catherine and I, about 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And it's specifically that. So there's 90 Day Fiancé, there's 90 Day Fiancé UK, there's 90 Day Fiancé Holiday, Paradise Holiday. There's all these different iterations of it, but 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And we started at the last. No, we started on season 4 for some reason. Why did you pick
I
that?
know why. Because of Big Ed.
Okay, but how did
I wanted
you know?
to see what the Big Ed thing was all about. Because I've seen a lot of memes.
So we watched season 4, then we watched season 5, then we went back to season 3. Now we're watching season 6, and I guess there's only 2 more episodes left. I'm going to suggest we go to season 2.
Natch. And then we start on the actual 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, we did try one.
Because we don't see the end of the story, do we?
It was quite boring. We watched one and it was a little dry. God, my eyes are going all over the place.
But just to give you an idea, if you've not had the pleasure of watching any of these many programs, 90 Day Fiancé. So if you are in, let's say, in a relationship, long distance relationship with an American, and you want to go and live there, you can get a 90-day fiancé visa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But you must be engaged and have plans to like move over there. You got to sort of prove that you're in a relationship. Do you remember the film Green Card? Kind of that-ish. But anyway, so before the 90 days...
Those they should have got kicked out on Green Card because of those pictures they took. Remember when they're taking the pictures on the roof in their ski gear and stuff like that?
I love that film, though.
I do
realised Gerard Depardieu was a strange one.
I tell you the bit that film that ruined it for me. Can you guess? There was one bit I went, oh, for fuck's sake.
Was it when he played the piano?
Yes, it was when he played the piano. They're telling everyone he's a composer and he's a pianist. Oh, great, go. We play something. And they're both looking at each other going, oh, my God, he can't play. So he does like this avant-garde, dun, dun dun dun, and everyone's thinking, oh my god, this. And then he plays the most beautiful piano you've ever heard in your life. What was the point of that? Why didn't he say to her, I can play the piano really well, so let's say I'm a pianist. And then he goes and sits down, and then he plays the piano really. What was that whole point about?
Gerard Depardieu, what a pianist.
Did he get to live with? I know because they got rejected, but then they fell in love after the rejection.
They were actually in love. Yeah, turns out.
It's all about toothpaste. Didn't he get the toothpaste answer wrong or something? There was like
Toothbrush.
something about toothbrushes, and they went, oh. Anyway, yes.
I'm sure it's not quite like that because after the programs we've been watching, these people seem to get waved through pretty easy, don't they?
But it's basically...
So before the 90 days is when they've been in a relationship with this person for a long time, but it's the first time they've actually met, and they go over to their country, so not America, much to the horror of most of the Americans. It's not like America. They go over there and they see whether, one, the person is real, two, whether the relationship is real, and three, whether they want to stay together.
And it's a mixture of people that are in love, people from other countries that want an American visa, or American sex tourists that want to go to Vietnam and have it away over there.
Or poor, vulnerable American men who have been in a relationship online with someone who is not who they say they are for years and have been sending them money.
Or poor, desperate, generally women living in the places like the Philippines who live literally in a house made out of pallets, wooden pallets, that will do... Although actually, I think they probably are in love.
They are, those two. They're the heart and soul of that series.
They're not the best example. But people in very, very desperate states who want to do the best for them and their children.
That poor girl,
you
Rose,
see their places and you think, yeah, why not?
Do you remember Rose, who's with Big Ed? And you think, oh God, yeah, well, I would probably do whatever it took to get out of that situation.
She did almost everything it would take. Even she couldn't stomach his crap.
He's such a vile person.
It's one hell of a show, and I hate it. But it's the only thing I'm constantly, consistently
interested in.
Yeah, it is, and it goes against all of my religious and spiritual beliefs. But
we were watching one. Speaking of religious and spiritual, we were watching one, and it's Misha and what's his name?
Misha. Jesus lives in Misha.
So Misha is a very glamorous, sort of Linda Carter looking local television weather girl who is had a religious revelation while doing the hoovering. Do you remember that? She saw
yes.
Glowing balls while she was doing the hoovering, and she thought she was going to fall down. Anyway, she became a quite staunch Catholic after having been a party girl. And she started a relationship with a man who corrected her about religion online, which is very on brand for this guy, Nicola, who sits in his bedroom and stays online correcting people. And his mum is overjoyed to see the back of him. All the way through, he's going, I don't think my mum's going to love you because you've been divorced, and until you get it annulled, divorce isn't good enough for him. She has to have it annulled because God. I can't introduce you to my mother. She's not going to like you. And then it turns out his mother's like, oh yeah, that's fine. You can tell his mum's like, yeah, okay, yep, off you go.
He's the one I find the most fascinating. Misha.
Yes, Misha. I brought you a coffee, Misha. That's one mark for me. He's totting everything up. Yeah. I've done that right. Therefore, we must proceed. It's just, he's just such a strange man. But it's never going to work, is it? It's never going to work. He proposed to her in the last one, and both of us went, no!
She did it. And the thing is, she's, clearly a very attractive woman who's had a religious conversion after her marriage, during her marriage. Something happened, and she, threw herself.
It was after, because she got divorced. Then she said she became a party girl.
Oh, yeah, party girl.
And then she was doing the hoovering, yeah.
And she's
got 2 daughters.
He's going to totally make their life misery. I think that gets mentioned in the next episode. But she is also, he's a virgin, which is cool. She's not, which is cool.
It's not cool with him.
No. and she will destroy him because she has lived. You know, she's lived. There's not a judgment in the slightest. She has lived. She will totally destroy him.
He's terrified of her.
Yeah. And she keeps being a little bit flirty and, hello, Pat-Pats.
No, Misha. We're not going to let the devil in.
That was it. It was about, he didn't want to stay in a house in America for more than 3 weeks because the devil's a bad person, Misha. He put temptation.
Despite the fact he booked the shittest hotel for them to stay in because he didn't want to introduce her to his mother, right? And they've been sleeping in Fred and Wilma beds the whole time, like across from each other in the same room, but not the same house. Such a strange man.
Look how old I look. Look at me. Look at me. Really, really look at me. I look so old.
Oh, there's a cat there.
Hello? I look so old. On that bombshell.
Is it because we've been talking about 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days for ages?
I hope you guys are cool with the Thursday shows being a little bit shorter. It is a, you know, we did say this when Catherine's job starts, it becomes more difficult for her. I mean, I'm exhausted this week as well, but it becomes more difficult because you are up at 5 and you're doing a full day's work. So, and you're not very good at stifling yawns. Just yawn. Just yawn, please. So, you know, 7 to 10 is a little bit tricky. And I hope you guys are cool with that because I'm aware, you know, that you're paying and stuff. And I hope you don't think we're taking the piss. But tomorrow, 3 hours. You're getting the full... Linny says it's the quality. Oh, again, I apologise for that. So you're not getting either. You're not getting length or quality. Okay, that's fine. Tomorrow, 3 hours, right? We got El Dorado. We'll find some... we love you too, John. We'll find some other bits and pieces to watch. We'll have the phone lines open. Tomorrow night's going to be the show. Oh, if you're a £15 and above, Zoom meeting Saturday morning, I think we said 10:30. I think. You check your emails, check the Discord. You should have the Zoom link if you're a £15 or above. Mods, you should have the link as well. I'm pretty sure I posted it in the mod chat. They're always fun. If you fancy seeing what it's like, you can just up to £15 and then go straight back down again. It's just fun. It's not a show. We just sit and chat for an hour. It's a bit more, it can be more relaxed than it is tonight because this is, you know, this is ridiculous. But that's, you know, but do have a look at, we've tinkered with the tiers a bit. We've tidied them up a bit. We go £35. You get a phone call. Stop. Just don't stifle it. On that bombshell.
Good night, everyone.